Hello everyone and welcome to World of Tanks. Reason why we're playing this game today is the games that I actually had planned for this week have been delayed, one by a complete full year and one by another 2 days. So I needed to do something to fill in the gap. So we're playing one of my all-time favorite games that I have been playing since 2011. Yes, that's right. I've been playing this game since 2011, almost every year. So this is probably one of the most longest played games I have ever played. Am I good at this game though? No. The reason why I'm not is because I can be quite impatient at times. But this is a game that I keep coming back to year after year, day after day, and just like to chill out and relax doing. So you'll get to see all the action for yourself. Now, I am playing in a tank known as the Eagle 7. The Eagle 7 is historically a T-26, which was one of the vehicles sent over to Europe in 1945 as a kind of like a combat trial purpose. And famously destroyed the Panther outside of the Cologne church in Germany. And this is also one of my favorite tier 7 vehicles. Now, if you are new to this game, or have never heard of this game before, this World of Tanks is a tank arcade shooter game which brings to you not only tanks that existed, but also tanks that were a blueprint vehicle. Or in some cases, a little bit of creative influence has been put into it. But for the most part, these tanks did exist, much like this KV-2 to my left here. Not so much the camouflage. But today, I'm just going to show you what I get up to in the very few hours of free time I do get. And show you what I do play in my free times, and then the free time that I do occasionally get. Now, as I've said, I am by no means I am very good at this game. I am not like other YouTubers that you see out there, like Quickie Baby and all them. I am just one of your casual players who does occasionally play competitively. My goal mainly to just get a positive KD, well, not so much a positive KD ratio. It's very hard to get kills in this game. My thing that I like to do is when I play this game is I like to make sure I do at least minimum the HP of my vehicle in damage in a single game. So my topmost HP in this tank is 1200. I've done over 297 more than I need to, which is great. So that's going to look good on my service record. Stats do mean a thing in this game. In this game, if you have bad stats, you get bad teams, bad players, bad matchups, you name it. And you get frustrated with the game because you're playing with sometimes a bunch of lemons. Better you perform, the better players you get teamed up with, and the better the games will be. We're having a good game even though we're currently losing. We're currently down by 1. Now I can see that guy behind cover again. So our cap at the moment is currently being pressed by the hostiles coming our way, so we need to protect it a little bit. We could contest this, but they normally have in sector J9 TDs there. Unfortunately for a lot of our players, they don't want to get their paint scratched. That was probably a wise call by the VK there to get me to fall back. I was getting a little bit hungry there. Oh, hello. Can I see you? I can, and he can see me. Surprised he could do damage to me since the only thing he could see is my turret. Now, bloody artillery. Oh, Bloody artillery. Just letting the team know where enemy TD is, which it stands for tank destroyers. And then we'll just back on out and play another round. Alright, we're back in another match. This time we are in a Tiger 2. But this one is one of the ones that were captured by the Americans during the Second World War, hence the American star draped all over it, covering up its German markings for the most part. I think the story behind this tank was it was actually knocked out, but it was still mechanically functioning. So the Americans captured it and they drove it back to a mobile depot and sent it back to stateside, I think, for testing purposes. This is one of the more iconic tanks of World War II, the Koenigs Tiger, or the King Tiger, as it's known as, or the Tiger 2. Historically, this tank was a beast. It dealt the damage, however, its transmission kept failing it quite often. More often than not, the reason why these vehicles were abandoned was because of a transmission failure, which couldn't be repaired in the field. It had to be towed, and if you're in the middle of a combat zone, well, that's an abandoned tank scenario. Now, before most of you heard me mentioning about different types, well, that's a Tiger 1, another familiar tank. Now, before you would have heard me mention about different types of tanks. Now, we're what is called a heavy tank. These guys were kind of like big old breakthrough tanks, help infantry support, big scary guys. When you had one of these behemoths on the way, you could feel it as a soldier. The whole ground shook. That was terrifying. Were they any good? You could argue the point. I mean, for every German heavy tank that existed, there was they could have made 4 medium tanks. So up to you whether you think that's a good trade-off, especially when you've got limited resources. That was a bad shot by me. Oi, buggy. Out of the way, mate. What I'm doing here is a process of angling. That way they can't damage us. Except that I've just been shot in the butt by a T-34-85, which I do not appreciate. And there's artillery also having a go at me. Lovely. Alright, I'm going to guesstimate this guy is right about here, and I'm just going to blind fire. Go to the right just a tad. I need to get run the gauntlet here. Let's do that. Now you're probably going, oh, but SirFirecat, you're using a Tiger, they should have one-shot them. Yes, but this is an arcade game. And arcade games are meant to be fun, not realistic. I did most of the damage. Someone else is going to kill still. Yep. Let's go to T25. But we've done pretty good. We've done over 2,000 damage and 2,225 blocked because of the side scraping that we were doing. All we need to do now is either cap, which we're going to do, or kill the enemy artillery. Good show. Killed all and captured. That is the Tiger 2. I do enjoy driving this tank. It's one of my favorite tanks to drive in the game. Alright, we're back in another battle on the Eagle 7. We are, oh yes, the TOGs in the game. A TOG 2 is what they call the hot TOG, because of how big it is. So can we get a good look at it? Yes, there you go. That thing is massive. It's like an aircraft carrier on tracks. It is huge. We are on Rudenburg for this map, and we're just going to the standard medium tanks area. Everyone's going wild in chat for the hot TOG, which you can also get with its, because of the name, Wargaming actually made a special camouflage for it, with hot dogs all over it. There we go, there's artillery. It's an FE304. Those things, not a fan of the FE304. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but it does enough to be annoying. And it's got an extremely fast reload rate. So if you don't have really good repair skills on your crew in this game, you can be permanently tracked by the bloody thing and eventually will kill you. It's like a death by 1,000 cuts. Let's give that guy a little tickle. I do enjoy playing the Eagle 7. It is, I think I said this before, it is one of my favorite tanks in the game. Oh, that's not good. Revive our driver because we need that maneuverability. Now, there is a way to lose. You can die if all your crew members in your tank are knocked out. If there's one member, if there's still one member alive, the tank can continue operating. Yes, you can drive and shoot at the same time with one crew member and reload the gun. A little bit unrealistic, but hey, it is an arcade shooter game. Now, I am the only medium tank out this way. We've only got tank destroyers, so this is going to be one of those very, very quiet games, which we don't do shit all. All we can do is spot for our tank destroyers, and hopefully they can shoot them. Now, I don't know if this guy's crashed or something. He's trying to shoot me, but he's too in. This is he's using a heavy tank. Heavy tanks are more inaccurate, especially Russian. Russian heavy tanks are known to be brawly tanks, though the early ones do not have any armor to back it up, so they are pretty easy to knock out, just like that. In this case, we let them come to us, and we smash them. Look, I've already done over my hit points and damage, and all I've done is just sit here and lose half my health. Oh, we've got a Churchill 7 coming up. They've got a lot of tanks this way. We've won the town by the looks of things. Tiger 131 being another one of my favorite tanks to drive. In fact, it's probably got one of my highest trained crew members in the game. And as you can see, the Tog is already being knocked out. Togs have a really good gun. That's all I have to say about that tank. It is slow, it has no armor, it is a bullet sponge, and it does seem to have every shell fly its way because it's just such a juice. You take it out if you want to be a troll. See if we can at this 12T. Now I do have a ping of almost 200 ms connecting to this game, and the reason being is they moved the Southeast Asia, so we are playing on the Southeast Asia server, if I forgot to clarify. They moved the Southeast Asia server to Hong Kong. Now, Southeast Asia server used to be in Singapore, but what used to happen is there was a lot of bottom trawling going on, and the cable was severed almost every other day. So they almost permanently had to have a cable repair ship outside of Singapore just to fix its issues. But then they moved it to Hong Kong, which is fine, but it's further away from New Zealand than you can think. So I've got 200 ms, so I have to cater for 200 ping. As you can see, this guy has got the better drop on me because you can see my hull, which is not ideal. I can't move because I'm tracked, and we died because of it. So much for the help that we're meant to be getting. I don't know what's happened to the team, but they've just seemed to have just imploded after that. Oh well, on to the next game. Alright, we are on Sand River. Probably one of my favorite maps to play. I don't know why this is one of my favorite maps, because it's one of these maps that I have a love-hate relationship with, but it is one of my favorite maps, and this is the way we're going. We're going to Sector A9. This is my favorite way to go, especially in this tank, because I get to fully utilize the gun depression in this vehicle. Now, this vehicle is not quick. This is historically accurate to this vehicle, which is around about 40 kilometers per hour, being generous. It doesn't have the maneuverability. It doesn't have the speed. It's got the maneuverability, but the gun depression is where it's at, which I'm showing you right now, and that is ideal for hill battles. And we can also go south, which no one has gone to. That is terrible. Oh dear. This is not looking good. Just letting the team know that they are map blind and that they should be looking at the map to see where the hostiles are. Alright, this M4 is wanting to play peekaboo with me, and I'm not giving him that chance. Let's see if we can't swing around without being shot in the ass. Now I'm trying to find this guy's ammo rack, so if we can ammo rack him. Alright, let's finish him off. Let's go to the base. This is just another night on the Southeast Asia server. I'm serious, this is what you're seeing here, these dumb plays. This is pretty atypical. But you're probably saying, but SirFirecat, you're obviously an amazing player. I'm really not. I'm an average player, just above. I'm above average. Too much bloomin' ping. It's really weird because there is a Australian and New Zealand server that does come out. It's got a very low pop. That's the reason why I don't play on it. Unless you want to sit there for about 10 minutes waiting for a game and constantly re-queuing yourself up to be able to play. So that's why I don't play it. But I'm so used to the almost 200 the 200 ping that I get playing on that Southeast Asia server, that when I actually play on the very low ping server with only 30 ms or 30 ping, I actually miss a lot of my shots. We've lost this. I'm doing my best to get there in time, but it's a loss anyway. We're good. We'll do one more. That was a sad battle. That was a really sad battle. All right, so this mission is a kind of a attack mission. Now, I love defending on this map. I hate attacking it because the reason why I don't like attacking it is normally a team will forget a flank exists, and they either all hang around in the middle and just get picked off one by one, or they all rush top and middle and never really contest the south. Now the south is probably the easiest side to actually break through on for a number of reasons. That is my experience personally, but no one comes this way, which is frustrating. This is the reason why I like coming this way, is because of the nice flanking shots we can get. How the heck did he spot me? Oh, artillery, and we've been hit in the tracks. Both tracks, in fact, but one of them's been destroyed. Alright, let's float up our premium rounds. In this case, it's premium armor piercing, so it's just armor piercing that's just got a little bit more boogie in it. Not today, artillery. Not today. There we go. Aim for the cupola hatch on the enemy and you'll get results. Now the I6 is a bit of a troll tank. Not very good at sniping, very good at brawling, and has very good armor. So if we can knock out this Iron Arnie, there we go, our team can push up. Now the AT-15, even though it's a tank destroyer, and even though earlier I may have said that these things are for sniping, sometimes you get the occasional one which is designed for breakthrough, which is kind of like, for the Americans out there, the T-95, well sorry, not the T-95, but the T-28 super heavy tank that you guys produced for the Siegfried line to break through that during the Second World War. This AT-15 is kind of the same development, for the same kind of mission, but British. And they eventually made the, see what I mean about the turret armor about American vehicles? That guy just fired a armor piercing round and it bounced straight off me. Didn't even register, in fact, on my hit list. Now where I want to go is where this T-43 is, but he's got no gun depression, so he's actually taking the best route. Meaning he has to also come over a bit more than what he should be, because he has no gun depression. He's dead. now I can start doing damage to that. I am concerned about the enemy. Alright, let's load standard 8 armor piercing. I'm going to go after these tank destroyers over here because they're a problem. He's going around the corner. You can see that. Ah, he's dead. Never mind. We are about to win, so let's just push. Let's load premium rounds. Oh, set him on fire. Oh, he's got an automatic fire extinguisher. He would have burnt to death if he didn't. And that is the difference between using premium rounds and not premium rounds. That was a good victory to end off the night. Now, if you guys enjoyed this little foray into World of Tanks, I'll probably do a little bit more of these. But I have been your host, SirFirecat. You have been awesome. You've been watching World of Tanks, and until next time, take care.